Hello, and welcome. Welcome to today's workshop. It's all about being created for more impact. I am Chantel, and I'm so really honored to be with you today because this is a conversation that I believe it's not only timely, but it is necessary to have. And if you've been following my posts and you've been a part of the conversation, you know that AI, artificial intelligence, is really something that we should embrace and not something that we should fear. It's something that will save us time, it will save us money, it'll also save us a lot of headache and heartache once we use it correctly. So, today's conversation is going to be exactly about that, how you, as a business owner, as someone who wants to show up powerfully and confidently online, how you can use the power of AI as your partner, as your friend, as something that will assist you in getting over what often prevents you from showing up, which is overthinking, procrastinating, and simply being too busy to be a part of your own success. Because we know that content is king. And if you want to be king in your industry, if you want to be king in your business, if you want to be a person who is consistently showing up confidently online, then you most certainly want to harness the power of artificial intelligence to be your partner, not to be something that is to be feared or something that is to be put off until you have time to learn it. So today is all about harnessing that power, and I want to get right into our conversation today. So I am Chantel. My partner in life and in business is Mwale. You may follow us on Instagram and know us as Mwale and Chantel. And if you're not following us, make sure that you go ahead and follow us on Instagram as well as on YouTube under Created for More. Now, enough about me. I really want to talk about you. I want to talk about what it means to be in business and what it means to show up powerfully and confidently when you are knowing that you're created for more impact. All right. So that is what we're going to focus on today. And this is a three-part conversation. All right. I want you to know it's three parts. I wanted to get with you for an hour and cover some really fundamental things that are going to help you to jumpstart your creativity, to jumpstart your ability to be very intentional about what you do online and do it without the headache. All right. So today's conversation is one of three. We're going to focus on specifically how you can get over the content creation slump. So, there are five core competencies of a modern day small business. And chances are, if you're watching this, you are not a small business, but what I like to call a growing business, meaning you have some proof that your concept works already. And maybe you've been working at a job and this is what you've done for a living, and now you're taking your expertise and becoming a consultant. Or maybe you are someone who has had customers before and currently have them, but you're looking to scale. If that is you, if you're on any of that spectrum, type in the chat, I'm starting, I'm scaling, I'm starting, or I'm scaling. Because you will meet at some point, if you have not been aware already, you will meet this five, core competencies of your business. And either you will embrace them or you will run away from these five things, right? But of course, the goal is to help you to embrace them with open arms, knowing that you can absolutely be someone who either masters it yourself or you know how to hire someone who is an expert in these areas. So let's talk about these five core competencies so that you can check your boxes where they need to be checked or put a little pin in it where you would need to get some support for it. So, number one, content, right? Content is all about what people read, what they watch, what they listen to, or what they see about your business. We know that in this land of ever-changing media, we know that videos dominate, social media informs, and you have to show up in the on these spaces with something that people actually want to read, what they want to watch, and what they want to listen to. The next pillar of a small business is your marketing. Marketing is the distribution of the content that generates interest. So you have the content, and then you have to get it out in front of the people who actually can benefit from it. And then the next pillar of your business, it's inevitable. You got to have something to sell. Of course, even if you're a nonprofit, you have to have a value-based offer that people can either invest in, they can donate toward, they can support. And of course, if you're in business, you have to have products and services that people find value in, that actually solves a problem. And that's how you convert those people who will see your content, who will see your marketing, and you convert those interests into customers. And then once you have those customers, you got to support them in some way, whether it's ensuring that your virtual assistant is able to nurture them through email, or whether your automation is nurturing them through some type of email campaign. Those are the types of customer interfaces that will happen. Whether it's onboarding, having someone on your team do the onboarding, or managing the contracts, ensuring that people are able to sign and commit to the programs that you offer. Customer service is an inevitable part of business. So you got to make sure you have that. And then finally, having your operations in order. Your operations are about managing the people that you hire, managing the way your products and processes are delivered to your client, and also managing any risk in your business. So whether you are venturing into paid advertisement, or if you are scaling by adding new partnerships, all of these things are a part of the systems that will help your business to either grow or to fail, right? But either way, as a business owner, your operations have to be a part of your core competencies. So why do I say this, right? Again, I'm not here to just give you information, but I really want to transform the way that you have been perceiving your ability to show up online, or lack thereof. I want you to reframe it, to not think that it is something that is a burdensome task, right? It can feel like that, especially when you don't have the tools to get it done in a way that feels stress free. It can feel like a burden. But I really want you to know your 5 competencies, so that you realize that you're not just doing a little something. It's not just a little thing on the side, but you really have the foundation to grow a multi-million dollar, and some of you billion-dollar enterprise that can leverage the power of technology to get you there sooner, quicker, and faster. If you want to go to the next level in your business sooner, quicker, and faster, I want you to type in the chat sooner. Type in the chat faster. Type in the chat quicker, right? It's about speed, but when you get to that level of momentum, you don't have to have the burden of thinking you have to do everything yourself. And that's why we're here. That's why we're having this workshop today, part one, of knowing that you can leverage the power of AI in order to show up confidently and consistently online as a solopreneur or as a growing enterprise. So let's get into one of those competencies. And I'm not even going to play the riddle game with you, because you probably already know which is the most important of these competencies. If you know, type it in the chat. I want to see if you're following along with me. We have 5 of them. We have your content, your marketing, your sales, your customer service, and your operations. So you tell me, which of these 5 competencies are the most important? You may be surprised by the answer. I'm going to share it with you. The content is the most important aspect of your competencies. And I'm saying that because it is the first window into your customers choosing you or walking to somebody else, your content. And the reason why I say that is because no one can know how great your marketing is if there's nothing that you're sharing. No one can know how awesome your customer service team is if they didn't come into the door in the first place. No one can know that you even have something to sell if there was no interest generated, if you're not educating them, if you're not entertaining them, if they're not listening to what you have. Your business essentially is just a private enterprise, meaning it's so private that nobody even knows you're open, right? With content, people know that you are in business. They know that you have something of value. They know that you have a solution to the problem that they're searching for. Your content is the most important aspect of your business. You can have the best products and services in the world, but if nobody knows about it, then you are essentially just in a hobby and not an actual business. So let's talk about content. Let's talk about content for today's conversation. We're going to talk about the 6 biggest mistakes that you're making in your content that is allowing you to miss out on sales. Now, the first mistake is thinking that you're too busy. Is thinking that you're too busy to create good content. You're too busy to come up with ideas for your content. You're simply too busy to show up online. And I know, I mean, I've been there before. I've been there before. For those of you who may not know me, my husband and I, we own a business incorporated as the Legacy Project, but you may know us as Created for More. And over the past several years, we've built a multiple 6-figure business specializing in helping experts craft their ideas into best-selling books, profitable products, and courses. And it was in realizing that we are products of the product, meaning that the same way we help our clients showcase their expertise, it's essential for us to market, for us to provide content that is a value add, that's solving the problem that most of our clients, before they meet us, they have, which is procrastinating. Oh, I can't write my book because I'm too busy. Oh, I can't create a signature talk because I just don't have the time. Or I have so many ideas for the programs that I want to put out in the world, but I don't know how to put all of those ideas into something that is a client journey of 6 months, right? So knowing this, obviously, it burdened our heart, and it really made us realize that we have to show people how they can use artificial intelligence as an asset to support the next that their business is in, the next video that you're going to make, the next book that's going to bring leads into your business. Artificial intelligence is going to be that thing that takes your business to the next level. So let's disabuse ourselves of this idea that you're too busy. You're too busy to make good content. You're too busy to put out the course. No, you're not too busy. You've just been utilizing or underutilizing the tools that will help you to do this and do it well. One of those tools is, as you know, ChatGPT. ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT is awesome and great. You could probably see the logo here, or maybe you can't. But ChatGPT is one of those tools that many of us have heard of, but we've been using it wrong. We've been using it wrong. And the reason why I want you to now use it right is because this one tool can literally do your social media content development. It can come up with scripts for your reels. It can produce 30 days worth of Instagram posts that are going to tell people to like you, that are going to help people to trust you, that are going to help people to get to know you. Like, this one tool has the power to do the research, the market research for your business. It has the ability to help you to dissect what the pain points are that your audience has. Like, this one tool that you have been maybe utilizing, maybe overlooking, this one tool is going to save you time. It's going to save you effort, and it's going to save you money. Okay. So if you have slept on this tool for some time, or you've played around with it just for the bare minimum, I want you to commit to up leveling. All right. Type it in the chat. I'm about to up level. I am about to up level. So let's talk about how you get the most out of a tool as powerful as ChatGPT. Now, there's so many ways, and I can only cover some of them today, but one of them is knowing that you are using it wrong. You are using it wrong when you are trying to generate ideas for your content. Okay? Number 1, you're not providing enough context, right? ChatGPT, it only works well when you're able to give it the right prompting, to put in ChatGPT something so specific that it gives you, uh, you know, all of what you needed and then some, right? But if you only, give it a little bit of salt, the meal is going to taste very bland. You're going to feel like, oh, it's a waste of time because it doesn't represent your voice. But it's because you didn't season this meal well, right? You didn't give it enough in order for it to produce maximum results for you. So let's get over it, right? Let's stop doing it wrong. So this is what you've probably been doing, right? You've been writing something like this: ChatGPT, how can I improve my business? And what does it do? It gives you a very bland result, right? Instead of you saying something so simple like that, I want you to use something like this. I run a small business online, and you can screenshot this. Focused on personal development. I've been struggling to increase my client base and engagement on social media. My primary platforms are Instagram and LinkedIn. Can you share some strategies to improve my business and attract more clients? Do you see how meaty that is? Do you see how well seasoned that prompt is? And it's because you want to talk to it not like a robot. You want to actually talk to it like a human. You want to be able to give it the type of information that it can use to use all of that it can leverage all of its intelligence for, right? So let's talk about that. How do you squeeze the juice? You got to squeeze the juice, right? Using a prompt that is very specific helps you to squeeze the juice. It is one of the most important elements of what we call iteration, meaning you are asking ChatGPT, not just being satisfied with the first answer, but continuously asking it, okay, so tell me more about point number 1 that you gave to me. So if they told you in their response that you can market your online courses by using social media, email marketing, and collaborating with influencers, that's not good enough, right? Because you already know that. You already know that social media will help you market your business. You already know that email marketing is a pillar to any successful campaign. However, because you didn't squeeze the juice enough, it gives you such a bland response, right? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go back to ChatGPT. Somebody say go back, right? And use something like this. Tell them, hey, that is helpful. But could you provide more specific strategies for using my social media to market my course? And then it gives you an even more thorough response, right? It talks about using ads, it talks about hosting live sessions or webinars to showcase your expertise. You're getting specific detail that previously chat didn't give to you because you weren't specific with the prompt. Okay. So remember this formula in order for you to create and convert, for you to create content that's going to appeal to your audience in a substantial way. Remember these 5 things. I call it my P5 framework. Powerful prompts produce powerful posts. Powerful prompts produce powerful posts. Okay. So, number 1, be specific and detailed in your prompts. Now, I gave you some examples of prompts, but if you want more, click the link inside of this particular feed. If you're watching it on YouTube or LinkedIn, etc., click the link and go ahead and register for this workshop, because you'll get an email that has some examples of prompts that you can use for ChatGPT. Okay. So in your prompt, you want to be specific and detailed. You also want to define a clear objective for each post, meaning what are you wanting to get from this post? Do you want to understand your pain points better with your audience? Do you want to know the 5 challenges that they face so that in your your videos, you can actually communicate those challenges. So tell chat what your objective is. I want you to give me 15 ideas for social media posts that I can use to talk to women who are struggling with postpartum depression. I want them to feel empowered, right? That is a very specific objective of what you want to get from what chat gives to you, right? So be specific. Um, Squeeze for juice. Don't be satisfied with the first or third answer that you get from ChatGPT. It is not a human, so it won't get sick of you, right? It is a resource that has unlimited, quote unquote, capacity for what you for your inquiries. You can't tire it out, right? ChatGPT will most likely tire you out before you tire it out. And that's what I love about artificial intelligence. And then you could also use this P5 framework, and you should, to make sure your prompts use a consistent voice, right? So once you get registered for this, you're going to get a workbook for this session. And in it, I show you how you can use the voice of some of your best influencers, right? Maybe you listen to a pastor and you like the way they phrase things. Maybe you listen to a motivational speaker and you like the way their tone is, right? You gravitate towards certain people based on the cadence of their voice and how they put words together. So you can literally create a prompt that is inspired by the voice of your favorite author, your favorite actress, right? I remember doing a workshop and we were just brainstorming with some of our clients, and a woman said that she loved the voice of Viola Davis, right? So we were writing her dedication, right? And so she wrote in her own voice what the book was about and why people should read it. And then we gave Chat GPT that particular message. And then we said, now rewrite this in the voice of Viola Davis. Man, and when I tell you it had so much color, so much flavor, it was like, oh my goodness, this is Viola Davis speaking, but it is me speaking, right? It's my words, but just in that spirit that Viola embodies. And so in the same way, you are able to do that with your prompts. Get it, find list down who your favorite authors on favorite speakers are. I put some in the workbook as well, and then use that as part of your prompt. And then finally, use data and insights. Data and insights, chat, it is able to produce research. So if you are wanting to quote a statistic or wanting to use some type of data, ask ChatGPT to find the latest data on whatever topic you're trying to cover, and it will do that for you. All right. So use the P5 framework so that you don't make the mistake of thinking that you're too busy, right? Once you have the perfect prompt, then you're going to get the perfect post that you'll be able to leverage using social media. The next mistake that you make when it comes to your social media is thinking that you need to be perfect. You're not showing up because you think you need to talk the best. You're not showing up because you think you need to look the best. You're not showing up because you probably have convinced yourself that you don't have enough value to give just yet because you're just learning, or you haven't gotten any customers, or you keep posting and nobody's liking. Like, you've gassed yourself up thinking that what you have is not valuable enough and that it's not perfect enough. But the truth is that AI is going to help you to not overthink things, to show up powerfully and authentically with some support, right? How many of us, you need some support every now and then, right? So we already talked about how you can generate ideas and content with AI so you don't think you're too busy to make it happen, right? And now I want to show you how making the mistake of thinking that you need to be perfect is a myth, and we're going to bust that myth. You ready to bust the myth? If you're ready to bust the myth, type in the chat myth buster. Myth buster. I got to be a myth buster, right? Because your favorite influencers may not share with you that there are some great AI tools that they use consistently to show up consistently and confidently online. One of those tools is called CapCut. Now, CapCut is a video editing software, and it's also going to be your best friend when you want to create video, right? Whether you're showing your face or whether you are using an AI model, or if you're doing just pictures and speaking over, CapCut is like the go-to. And the reason why I love CapCut is because you don't need to be perfect. I'm going to show you what it looks like to create a video where ChatGPT is creating a script for you and you're using the teleprompter inside of CapCut to actually give the video. Here it is. This is me using one of my content sort of posts that I do every day, right? And I do this thing where, I'm saying the same thing, which dominate your day with these 6 declarations for clarity. Right. So it's dominate your day with these 6 steps for clarity. And I don't memorize this, y'all. I say it, right? But I don't memorize it. And using my script, I'm able to use the teleprompter feature on CapCut and just read it, right? And if I mess up, I can always scroll back up to the top of the script and read it again, right? What it does for me and what it will do for you using this technology is allow you to know that you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to say the right thing the first time and it just be the video that goes viral. Utilizing CapCut is going to save you that headache. You can use a script, let ChatGPT generate the script for you using the P5 formula, and then use that script to put it inside of this technology and let it support you as it's in the best way that it can, which is to provide a foundation for you to see on camera yourself and see the script so that you're reading and you're speaking in a way that comes off confidently to your audience. The next thing, and I've struggled with this sometimes as well. I'm not a makeup queen, but I do like to look good sometimes, right? And it's important for you to show up on social media looking, your best self, right? At least representative of your brand. Your pictures on social can look one way, and then when you show up on video, you look completely different. Not good, right? So I use AI to help me show up good when on days where I don't even feel like putting on makeup. I'm gonna show you an example where I have like light makeup on, but you'll see the difference that a tool made in helping me feel confident that I could actually post this on social media and not be my own worst critic. What did you see? I know it's so subtle, right? But that it's a big difference. I use an app, it's called Face App, where you're able to take your picture, put it inside of this AI, and click on an impression, which is a type of makeup aesthetic, lighting aesthetic that you want on your picture. You don't have to be a technical person. You just click a button and choose whatever filter it is, and it lightly gives you makeup. It lightly takes the bags away from your eyes, right? And it gives you a cleaner appearance. So on those days where I don't feel like looking my best, but I do need to put out content, I can rely on a tool like Face App that will help me to show up my best self on social media. Okay. So that is a tool that you can use as well so that you don't have to make the excuse that you need to be perfect, because you don't. You need to be consistent. The next thing, the third thing that you have made as your hill to die on, and the reason why you're not showing up consistently and confidently online is thinking that you don't know what to post. You don't know what to post. You're like, I see this working for some people. Other people are going viral because they're doing this. And I'm just stuck in this prison of overthinking. And you don't have to overthink. I want you to practice underthinking. And I know for some of you who have lots of degrees and lots of education, you're like, no, that goes against everything that I've I've worked so hard to do. I don't want to underthink. No, you want to underthink on those things that, you know, don't change the price of coffee, right? Your video, right? You got to put out a number of videos in order for you to see a dent in your impact. You got to put out enough content consistently for you to see your page monetized. You got to put out enough content online in order for you to see customers say, oh, I saw your video and now I want to do business with you. And because it takes so much in order for you to see the impact of your effort, you don't want to spend time overthinking things that will take time. Oh, that was a quote right there. You don't want to spend time overthinking things that will take time, right? And so your content doesn't have to be that thing that keeps you back. Not knowing what to post is an old excuse that we're throwing out the window today, right? And the reason why is because you're going to do what you've already seen works. There's an AI tool that I love, which is called answerthepublic.com. Answerthepublic.com. And on this website, you're going to find individuals who've typed in specific queries to ask the internet, right? So what you do is you type in your subject matter, let's say it's weight loss, and you type in weight loss. And then you'll see a display of hundreds of questions that people ask about this topic of weight loss. And you now have hundreds of ideas that are directly connected to what people are asking for online about your topic that you can now build your content around. You've got it right there. So now you have a topic for your YouTube video. You have a topic for your podcast. You have a topic for your 30 days of content on Instagram, because you are answering the public. You are literally taking the questions that people ask about your topic and creating content around it. I mean, how easy is that? Thanks to the power of AI, you don't have to make the mistake of thinking that you don't know what to say, because it's there for you. It's done for you. And if you're not convinced about this particular tool, I want you to consider this tool. This one is called vidIQ. vidIQ. And on this tool, you'll be able to type in, again, a keyword and see how many people are actually searching for this particular keyword or similar topics in on YouTube. On YouTube. And as you know, YouTube is one of the best search engines because it's powered by Google. So you're going to get real time data on what you should be talking about and what you should leave alone, right? Because you want to optimize how you show up. You got to create a lot of content, right? So AI is going to help you to get to the winners quicker. Get to the winners quicker. vidIQ is one of those tools that you most certainly want to keep in your toolbox so that you can not make the excuse that you don't know what to say. In addition, vidIQ allows you to search for your quote unquote competitors, people who are in your same industry, who are creating content, maybe going viral, maybe having a lot of subscribers. And you can literally search what videos have been the most popular from these channels and create something similar. Create something similar. You don't have to, uh, you know, R&D, which is called robbing and duplicating, not research and developing. You don't have to rob people of their content, and I don't recommend that at all. But nothing is new under the sun, so you can allow AI to give you something similar, not the same, but similar, that will help you to create content that is just as good and probably sometimes better. All right. So that is the power of tools like vidIQ. The next tool that I'm excited to share with you, well, before I do that, I just want you to know that when you get over these 6 hurdles that have been preventing you from showing up confidently and powerfully online, guess what? You're going to find that your stress goes down. You're going to find that you enjoy what you do even more because you're not overthinking it. You're going to find yourself feeling empowered to sell your products and services, to make the offers, because you are giving value to the marketplace, right? I just gave you several tools that are going to help you to not just come up with ideas that feel good to you, but that people actually need the answers to, right? That is the power of leveraging AI. Similarly, there's such a great software called Copy AI. Copy AI has so many great use cases, but one of them in particular is scaling up your potential with video. So you can literally put in, and again, if you have not registered for this workshop, go ahead and do that, because I'm sharing with you prompts that you will be able to use in these tools that will get you the results faster. So for example, you can copy a URL from your favorite YouTuber that has been successful and tell Copy AI to create a script that is similar to this script, and they read they analyze the entire video that you submitted, and they create a script that's similar. Okay, so that is how you're going to start to leverage these tools, to not overthink, to not say that you're too busy, to not stay in analysis paralysis, right? All of these things we have been guilty of, and finally create content that allows you to show up boldly and consistently online. The fourth thing that you've been doing, the fourth mistake that you've been making, is giving up too soon. You're giving up way too soon. You think that you have to be an overnight success, that you have to have 1,001 followers after posting one video. And that could be further from the truth. It is further from the truth. Don't give up too soon because you're looking at vanity metrics and not actual engagement, right? What are vanity metrics? How many people liked my page? How many people started following me after I put up that video? Listen, those are vanity metrics. What you should be looking for to know if your content is working is you should be looking for engagement. Are people commenting? Are they sharing? Are they saving my information? And this type of data is available. I can speak for Instagram in particular. If you have a business account with Instagram, it doesn't cost you any money, but it just provides another layer of analytics where you can see, okay, nobody actually commented under my video, but I see that it got 1,500 views. That's a sign, right, that you should probably create more content of that nature, right? Or you can look at other engagement things like how many people saved the video. Because even though they may not have liked it, even though they may not have, shared it or commented on it, saving a post is an indicator to Instagram, to TikTok, that people want to come back to your content, which is a green light for them to continue to share your content, because when people come back to view it, they're coming back to the platform. And these platforms need people to come back to them for them to stay in business. So don't get caught up in who's liking, who's subscribing to your channel. I want you to instead focus on moving beyond the vanity statistics and looking at your engagement. Okay. Because when you look at the real data that matters, it will tell you two things, right? It will tell you that if nobody is looking, or if nobody is saving your post, or nobody is sharing your post or commenting on your post, it could mean one of two things. One, that your content is in front of the wrong people. So perhaps you need to change the message of your video. Perhaps your hook isn't hooking people, right? So instead of asking ChatGPT to come up, you know, with social media posts for people who are dealing with eating disorders, right? You can ask them instead to come up with social media content for people dealing with eating disorders that have viral hooks, right? That have viral hooks. So now you're being more specific in your prompting using that 5P framework, right? Powerful prompts equals powerful posts. Now you're able to leverage AI in such a way that you're putting out content that people want to see, that they want to come back to, that they want to share with other people, right? Also, these vanity metrics can make you think that that it's time to switch platforms. And in fact, you may not have even put up enough content for you to draw such a conclusion. So once you put out the content, because now you're using the power of AI to get more content out there, right? But it's still not hitting, it's still not resonating with people, then it may indicate that you should change platforms, right? Your content that is more directed toward B2B clients may not be getting any traction on TikTok or Instagram because businesses aren't there to learn how they can advance their sales team, right? They're maybe going to LinkedIn for that. So your platform may need to change. But it's only when you put out content consistently and you're showing up confidently that you're able to draw such conclusions. And you're analyzing the data to indicate such, right? So that is the power of leveraging AI, not giving up too soon. You need evidence at the end of the day. You need evidence to dictate your actions. I think a lot of times as business owners, we sometimes um, are emotional about what we see, right? You look at your number of views on your videos, right? And you're thinking, okay, well, I'm not getting enough numbers, so this is a waste of time. It's not a waste of time, right? Most of us as business owners, we fall into the trap of posting and ghosting. When in fact, you haven't actually put out enough content to test to see if what you're posting is actually resonating, right? Don't get emotional, get factual. Use the analytics inside of this software to help you to make fact based decisions for your social media. Okay. Now, the fifth mistake that you're making in your content that's keeping you from sales, that's keeping you from showing up consistently, is that you are being inconsistent. You're being inconsistent. You're thinking that social media is something that is good to do, but it's not as important to do as the other aspects of your business. Now, I know you need to make some money. I know that you need to bring in customers. I know that you have other pressing things in your business, but remember, we spoke about it a couple of minutes ago. The most important part of your business is content because you cannot get to the sales if no one knows that you exist. You can't get to the speaking engagements if no one has seen your videos, right? So everything falls under your content creation. So it's not optional, it is non negotiable. Okay. And you want to stop making the mistake of being inconsistent. Make it non negotiable. Okay. So your ticket to overcoming inconsistency is knowing how many times you should actually be posting on these platforms. On Instagram, for example, you don't have to post every day, Monday through Sunday, but you should be posting 3 to 5 times per week. 3 to 5 times per week. So maybe it's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays that someone's going to see your post on Instagram. Great. Stick to it, right? And we're really taking the complexity of this off the table because now you can use AI to help you to create those 3 to 5 posts that people should be seeing on your page every week. Facebook. Facebook is not dead. There's a market for it. You may not post the same thing on Facebook that you post on LinkedIn. However, again, you don't have to overthink it. We're going to research and duplicate. We're going to see what's already working for others and make a version of that ourselves. So Facebook, posting 1 to 2 times per day. The point is to choose your platform and make sure that you can make consistent content on those platforms because people are going to be expecting you, right? They're going to be expecting you to show up and to shine. All right. So The last one mistake that you're making, remember, this is a 3-part series. This is a 3-part workshop. So today we're talking about the biggest mistakes that you're making in your content that's keeping you from showing up confidently and consistently, and how AI will help you to overcome that. And I want you to see this last one. It's that you're lacking diversity and creativity in your content. You're lacking diversity and creativity. This should say number 6, but it says number 5. So this is the last one, is that you're lacking diversity and creativity. What does this mean? It means that you're posting the same boring stuff over and over and over again, and you shouldn't be, okay? You should absolutely be diversifying how you tell stories. How you tell stories. The truth is, we are multi-passionate people. We like to laugh. Sometimes we like to watch movies that make us cry. We function at different levels, and that's what makes us human. And so storytelling is one of the best aspects of capturing the hearts, the minds, and the attention of your ideal customer. So, what kind of stories can you tell using social media? You can tell client stories. What happened when someone took your program, when someone downloaded your course, when someone found you online as their hairdresser, right? What was their story and their experience with you, right? You can also tell the story of you as a founder. Why did you decide to create a muffin making business, right? Was it because your grandmother's recipe reminded you of, times gone by? Like, what is your story? And then also tell the story of your stakeholders. Now, how do you make this easier so that you're not trying to interview 100 people who've done business with you? You use AI to help you to tell those stories. So there's a tool called Video Ask. And Video Ask, you can simply embed, which is to just put a link on your website that allows people to click a button and record themselves giving a testimonial about your product or service. It's very, very straightforward. So using a tool like Video Ask is going to take the pressure off of you from having to remind someone via email, right, via text, hey, make sure you send that testimonial video for me. You can simply share a link with them. The link goes to Video Ask. They are presented with a screen, and they can simply record their video very easily using the power of AI. And once you have those stories, then you're able to repurpose them in the form of content. Wow. So over the course of our time together, and it's been so enjoyable for me to help unmask and dispel this overcomplication of showing up confidently online, and allowing you to see how using very specific tools can help you overcome procrastination. It can help you overcome overthinking. It can help you overcome being inconsistent so that people can know that you have something great to offer the world. Because the truth is that you do. But if you are not leveraging artificial intelligence to help you do it faster, to help you do it with ease, to help you do it without overthinking, then you're missing out. You're missing out. And so that was really my intention, and is my intention going forward, is to help business owners stop procrastinating, get more done with less, in less time, by using the power of artificial intelligence. Remember, first of all, I'm delighted to be on this journey with you. I'm Chantel. And if you enjoyed and learned from this content, I want you to make sure that you register using the link in the description for this workshop, because it's a 3-part workshop. We just spoke about overcoming content creation barriers. Well, next week, we are going to discuss how to automate and dominate some of those mundane tasks that you hate. We're going to use AI to help you to get over it. Okay. So whether it's sending out emails, whether it is posting online, We're going to unpack using these tools so that you can just create it once and then AI does the rest. It posts for you, it schedules it for you. It allows you to have a presence and you don't even have to be present. Okay. That is the power of these tools. So next week, we're going to discuss that. Make sure that you register so you get access to the workbook that gives you the prompts. It gives you ideas. It gives you hooks. It gives you so much information in a practical, user friendly way that's going to help you get over yourself. All right. I'm all about not just information, but actionable implementation. It's been a pleasure. I can't wait for our next conversation, and I will see you then. Have a great rest of your weekend, and definitely send me a DM if you are in need of support with your content so that you can show up confidently and consistently online in less time with less stress. I look forward to supporting you.